In this video lesson, we'll study about electric lines of force. It is also called electric field lines. Electric lines of force is defined as the path followed by a movable unit positive charge when it is placed inside an electric field. Actually, we cannot see an electric field, but we can visualize the electric field using the concept electric field lines. Electric field line is an aid utilized to visualize electric field. Now we are going to discuss electric field lines around various charge distribution. Case number 1, a point charge, positive point charge Q greater than 0. If I am placing a movable positive charge somewhere in this vicinity, that will be repelled away like this. So that path will be the electric field line. So in the case of a movable positive charge, electric field lines are radially outwards as shown in the figure. On other hand, case number 2, we can take a point negative charge Q lesser than 0. If it is a negative charge, if I am placing a movable positive charge somewhere in this vicinity, that will be attracted. Therefore, the path followed by the movable positive charge will be like this. So the electric field lines due to a negative charge will be radially inwards as shown in the figure. And now we can take a dipole. What is meant by a dipole? Dipole means equal and opposite charge separated by a small vector distance. In the case of a dipole, the field lines are like this. The field lines are originating from positive charge and terminates on negative charge, and these lines are the path followed by a movable positive charge in this vicinity. And equal and similar charges. In the case of equal and similar charges means either 2 plus charge or 2 negative charge. In the case of equal and similar charge, field lines are like this. So these are the different field lines around different charge distributions. Now we are going to discuss one by one characteristics of electric field lines. First characteristics: lines of force originating from positive charge and terminates on negative charge. Electric field lines always originate from positive charge and terminates on negative charge. So you can see wherever positive charges are there, electric fields are originating from there, and wherever negative charges are there, electric field lines are terminates on there. Second characteristics is number of field lines originating or terminating on a charge is proportional to magnitude of the charge. If the magnitude of the charge is more, number of field lines originating or terminating on that charge will be more. And the third one is very important: tangent to the field lines at any point gives the direction of electric field. So let us take a field line like this and let us consider a point P. Now I can draw a tangent here, and this tangent indicates the direction of electric field at that point. Tangent to the field lines at any point gives the direction of electric field at that point. And the next property is two field lines will never intersect each other. If they do so, that would means that at the point of intersection there are two values for the same electric field. That is impossible. So let us consider two field lines. This is the first field line and this is the second one. They are intersecting at the point P. At that point I can draw two tangents indicating there are two directions of directions for same electric field. That is impossible. Therefore two field lines will never intersect each other. The next property is relative closeness. So these field lines represent an electric field in a region. Now you can see region 1 as well as region 2. The relative closeness of the field line is more in this region 1 and relative closeness is less in this region 2. The relative closeness indicate the strength of electric field. That means E1 greater than E2 because relative closeness is more in this region E1 than in the region 2. So the relative closeness of the field lines indicate the strength of electric field. Now one more property I want to discuss, that is about conductor. In the case of a charged conductor, the charge will uniformly distribute on the surface, that we already studied. When the conductor acquires charges, it will be distributing uniformly on the surface and create an electric field around that. and that electric field can be represented using electric field lines, and the electric field lines due to a charged conductor will be always perpendicular to the surface as shown in the figure. Electric field lines due to a charged conductor will be always perpendicular to the surface as shown in the figure. So what we studied is electric field lines or lines of force, the path followed by a unit positive charge inside an electric field is called electric field lines. It is an aid developed to visualize electric field. Now we can study electric dipole. Electric dipole means two equal and opposite charges separated by a small vector distance. Minus q plus q are the two charges equal and opposite separated by a small vector distance 2L constitute an electric dipole. If there is a dipole, its strength can be characterized by dipole moment denoted by letter P. It's a vector. Dipole moment is defined as the product of magnitude of one of the charge and distance between the charges. So magnitude of the one of the charge is obviously q and distance between the charge is 2L. Therefore dipole moment P is equal to q into 2L. So its unit will be coulomb meter because it is a product of charge and length. Therefore its unit will be coulomb meter. Now since it is a vector quantity, its direction will be always from negative charge to positive charge. Direction of the dipole moment is always from negative charge to positive charge as shown in the figure. Importance of dipole will come in dielectric polarization and all that we will study in the next chapter. Right now we can study field due to a dipole. Electric field due to a dipole on axial line. Let us consider a dipole minus q charge plus q charge separated by a vector distance 2L. C be the center of the dipole, therefore this distance will be L and this distance will be L. Let us consider a point P. Point P is at a distance small r from the center of the dipole. The plus q charge is at a distance r minus L from the point P, and minus q charge is at a distance r plus L from the point P. Both these charges exert an electric field at P. Electric field due to plus charge is denoted by E plus and electric field due to minus charge is denoted by E minus. So two electric fields are acting at P simultaneously. Therefore net electric field according to superposition principle will be E is equal to E plus plus E minus. Put as equation number 1. Now what is E plus? Electric field due to a point charge we already studied, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 charge divided by distance square. So in this case E plus is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r minus L the whole square, where r minus L is the distance between positive charge and P. So it will be in the direction I is a unit vector in the direction x, positive x, let it be. Now what about E minus? E minus is a vector which is in the direction minus I, negative x direction, and its magnitude is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r plus L the whole square. Put as equation number 2 and equation number 3. Now what we are going to do is we are going to substitute 2 and 3 in equation number 1. When we substitute, we will be getting E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r minus L the whole square minus of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r plus L the whole square. Actually this quantity should be subtracted from this quantity because they are opposite to each other. Now q by 4 pi epsilon 0 can be taken out. What remains in the bracket is 1 by r minus L the whole square minus 1 by r plus L the whole square. Now cross multiplying, we will be getting E is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon 0 into r plus L the whole square minus r minus L the whole square divided by r square minus L square the whole square. Now on solving means we have to expand this quantity a plus b the whole square, as well as we have to expand this quantity a minus b the whole square. Then we have to solve that. On solving, we will be getting E is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon 0 4RL divided by R square minus L square the whole square. Now L is very much lesser than R. What is L? L is the half of the distance between the charges. That will be very much lesser than R. Therefore L square can be neglected. When L square is neglected, the denominator becomes R raised to 4 only. So R raised to 4 only in the denominator. Therefore this R and 1 R from the denominator cancels each other. What remains is E is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon 0 into 4L divided by R cube. And Q into 4L can be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2 times Q into 2L divided by R cube. 2 times Q into 2L is nothing but Q into 4L only. We already studied what is Q into 2L. Q into 2L is nothing but dipole moment vector P. Therefore electric field E can be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2 into P divided by R cube. This is the equation for electric field due to an electric dipole at any point on the axial line. What is the direction of this electric field? The direction of the electric field is in the direction of dipole moment vector. We already studied dipole moment vector direction is always from negative charge to positive charge in the direction x direction, positive x direction. So this will be the direction of electric field. Why? This will be the direction of dipole moment. Dipole moment is always from negative charge to positive charge. Electric field is also in the direction of dipole moment. Therefore direction of electric field, net electric field at the point P is in the direction of positive x direction.